Hi folks, this is All the Fruit, and a couple years ago I published a video on what I think is the biggest and oldest fig tree in Germany. From time to time I found big and old fig trees in Heidelberg. They all survived maybe 20 years being that big and old, and then they got cut back. Also there are a lot of fig trees in Germany which are very old, but they used to freeze back to the ground in the 80s and 90s and even in the 2000s. This tree, I remember it from the 90s. It's growing here on the southern side of this big hall, and I guess those windows were never very well isolated, and those doors looks like single glass, which helped it survive those winters. And then in 2020 I thought I'll come back because this is the biggest tree, the biggest fig tree I knew in Germany in the 90s. Let's see if it's still there 30 years later. It was still there. And now in 2024, 4 years later, it's still there. However, I'm afraid, look at that big construction site. The whole area is being remodeled. It seems like a big thing. Also here, you can see all those things haven't been maintained for years, probably because they're expecting a big maintenance. So this might be the last chance to say hello to this old friend which I've been monitoring for about 30 years now. It's gigantic. I mean, look at those doors are 2 meters tall. So the building, well, are they 2 meters tall? Let's see, should be over 2 meters tall. Oh, they're well over 2 meters tall. No. Actually, my head barely reaches to the hinges here. So those doors are 2.20 meters tall. The glass on top of them probably just as tall. The other one, the wall on top of the glass, maybe another 1.50 meters. So let's see if this building is only 6 meters tall. To me, it looks more like it's 7 meters tall. Then this tree should be 10 meters tall. Nowadays we have a lot of fig trees, well, a bunch of fig trees in Germany that already reach 10 meters tall. But what they don't have is the bulk of this one. Look at that, 2 main stems. The thicker of those should be well over 60 centimeters thick. Let's say 60 centimeters. The thinner one maybe 50 centimeters. Some maintenance has been done here even decades ago. This is Germany after all. People take care of their trees. Yeah, 60 centimeters thick. That means this didn't freeze back in the cold spell around 2013, neither in the one around 2000, neither in the one around 96. So incredible. This must have been this trunk, not the root, because the roots of many figs here have survived for many decades, but the stems, the trunks, this one has survived, at least, I don't know, till the 70s or something. Quite impressive and thick. Actually, in 2020 the leaves were also incredibly big on some of those branches. I would say the leaves are still well above average, but probably a bit smaller than that. Well, of course, one thing I never like about this tree is that it refused to produce a sizable crop. Maybe it stuck everything into producing a sizable tree and not a sizable crop. There are a couple figs here. None of them is ripe. A lot of them are lying on the ground. A couple are still on the tree, but I cannot see a single ripe one. However, it must be producing ripe trees, because look around. One good thing about this place not being maintained is, look at that, his babies. There is one here, a really teeny tiny here, which shows us that those are definitely not suckers but seedlings. Another one here, a bigger one here. We have already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and one here, 6 which I found in a short term here along those stairs. Some of them, like this one, should be several years old already and being cut back all the time. This is really amazing, really impressive. Okay, I guess we'll stay at 6 for now. No more here in this part. Yeah, beautiful tree. I mean, yeah, compared to some old oaks or sequoias, maybe it's not that impressive or that historic. Oh, actually up there, can you just film me? I think I found an edible fruit. Hold it, don't press anything. Up there I think I found the right fruit. I've never, in those 30 years, I've never eaten a fig from this tree as far as I can remember. Yes, it's definitely ripe. Inside, it's not bright red. It's more or less yellowish brownish. Not very sweet. We had a couple of those pale figs just 10 minutes ago. They were pale on the outside but bright red on the inside. This one is also quite pale on the inside. Sweet enough to eat but nothing special. The special thing is just the size of this thing, that it didn't freeze back in all those decades. Very impressive tree. Yeah, I'm quite scared about those restoration efforts because I'm afraid that they will simply cut it down, either not knowing that they're maybe cutting down the biggest fig tree. And also, if you're from the Mediterranean or from other areas, the size of this tree might be normal in your area, but this is Germany, the harsh climate of Germany. Well, so folks, probably this thing will go just for the restoration work, either because they don't know they have something special here, or because they say we need to restore the building, we cannot leave this tree. Let's see when we come back in a couple years if this thing still stands here or if it has been removed. I'm glad I managed to see it one more time now. Yeah, let's hope for the best. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich town of Bad Dürkheim. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.